What's up, everybody? This is the one, aka Jodecideion on YouTube, and I'm bringing you another episode out from the side of my neck. Starting with this episode, I want to begin talking about certain subjects that are creating a great divide amongst gamers. These issues or subjects are the equivalent of what politicians discuss, at least amongst gamers. And depending on your personal beliefs, determine what side of the line you fall on. Just like in politics, you're either a Democrat or a Republican, a conservative or a liberal. So I bet you're wondering to yourself, what do you mean issues within gaming? Right now, at this moment in time, the gaming world hasn't been more enjoyable. A blissful world of harmony. Okay then, if you feel that way, what's the first thought come to your mind when I say words like online, the super guide, digital distribution? What about graphics and gameplay? See, now I bet I have your attention. When I said those words, two thoughts enter in your mind, two opinions, two ideas of what you believe, you feel about those subjects, those issues. You either agree with them or disagree with them, believe they're important to gaming or they're not. And because of these different opinions, gamers are now forming alliances, groups, just like, politicians do. And you're either on one side or the other. So starting with this episode, I want to discuss each of those subjects I brought up. Try to discuss the pros and cons of all of them. But at the same time, just give you my opinion on the matter, what I think. Let's really sit down and look at these and see, are they even worth arguing about? So let's begin with the subject of online. Why is it really important to gaming, to the gaming experience? When the exclusion or inclusion of it should really weigh on the value of a video game. There's no need to go into what online is. If you play video games or have a computer, you know what online is. You know what it adds to the gaming experience. It allows you to play someone who's not physically near you. When used correctly, it can greatly improve your gaming experience and allow you to make more connections with people you'll probably never ever meet in your life. At the same time, I believe because of this easy access, it's also keeping gamers from making real connections with people they can physically meet. And that's the problem I have with online. Before I jump into that part of the issue, let's look at first the true value of online. When should including it and excluding it really weigh on the overall package of the game, on something you buy? When is it really a must-have? And when is it used only to be an extra incentive for gamers to decide if they want to purchase that game? And I bring this up because next month a game's coming out that has a multiplayer aspect to it, but no online features. And believe it or not, there are gamers saying they're not going to make a purchase of this game just because it doesn't have online. If you couldn't tell by the footage that was playing in the background, yes, new Super Mario Bros. Wii coming out next month. This is a new game in your traditional 2D Mario experience. And with the hope of being a bridge game for the new gamers that we has brought in, Nintendo has added a multiplayer component to the game, where you and 3 other people can play through this game by working as a team or just competing against each other to see who gets the most points. Now, the multiplayer has no true, real importance to the overall gaming experience. You can still play this game by yourself. Complete this game by yourself. It's really just added that's a hope that gamers will play together. The same way they did with Wii Sports and all the other games Nintendo has brought out this generation. Even though the developer of the game has stated that this game, though a multiplayer, will not have any online aspects to it, there are some gamers out there screaming bloody murder. The idea that they cannot go online with this game and play this game with their friends who do not live near them currently, or some of the various people they've made friends with online through forums and websites, really has them pissed. From their point of view, in the current age of gaming we are at, online should be an automatic component to every game. To quote the $6 million man, we had the technology. And you know what? They have a point. Hell, they could be right. We have the technology. We can do this. But to quote someone else, just because you can doesn't mean you should. See, I believe that online gaming is only a must when it comes to the type of game you are creating, and depending on the ways you plan to use it. And then if the online gaming component that is added to that game is really needed for that game to truly deliver on the experience it promised. Video game genres that were built because of the online interface, as in MMOs and first-person shooters that came from PCs. An online structure for those games is needed because those games were created because of online. So I definitely understand that almost every first-person shooter, and definitely MMO, needs to have some kind of online structure for it. Then you have certain genres that are actually now flourishing because of the introduction of online and the inclusion of online. Because online allows that game to go back to its traditional form. The fighting game genre has been given a rebirth because of the inclusion of online gaming. Back in the day, fans of these games had a place to go. They go to the mall. They can go to an arcade, play these games, and encounter people who enjoy them just as much as they did. With them having a headquarters, those fans were able to form communities, build relationships with people they encounter, just enjoy the competition that the game was created for. So then, during the introduction of the CD medium to gaming, game companies decided to stop creating games for these malls, for these arcades, and brought them straight directly into the home. By doing that, they actually killed the genre, because fighting games really is about community. It's the purest form of multiplayer. The just as good quality of the home console version of these fighting arcade games destroyed the large fighting community that the arcade created, and created smaller pocket communities within individual homes. I'm running out of time, people, so I'll see you in part 2. Peace.